Good morning, Knicks Nation. Today is Thursday, the 23rd day of October, 2025. I hope you're all safe and healthy today. I hope your family is safe and healthy and that the needs of you and your family in terms of food, shelter, clothing, as well as health are being met today. Blessings upon those that work in health, along with first responders who every day are doing their best to save lives. Those that pick up garbage, keep our places clean, and those that make deliveries for our convenience. Double blessings on the men and women that are out here trying to help rescue, deliver, and recover the teenagers and children that are victims of child molestation and pedophilia. People that are also victims of prostitution, child prostitution, pornography, child pornography, human trafficking, and sex slavery. Double curses on the perpetrators, the profiteers, and the perverts that drive these industries. Finally, double blessings on the homeless. More than 700,000 men, women, children, families, senior citizens, and military veterans homeless in the United States of America. Blessings upon them, for theirs is the kingdom. There was a basketball game last night in Madison Square Garden, opening night for the 25-26 season for New York Knicks. The Knicks defeated the Cleveland Cavaliers 119-111. The Knicks were without two key players, of course, Josh Hart and MitchRob. The Cavs were also without Darius Garland, and they were without DeAndre Hunter and Max Strus. So both teams were missing key players. But yesterday we surmised that the Knicks depth in the bench would cause them to overcome the Cleveland Cavaliers, and that's exactly what happened yesterday. The keys to the game were a couple things. The Knicks bench scored 35 points. They were plus 25 for the game. The Cavs bench did score 30 points, but they were minus 15 for the game, and that's very important. For example, Donovan Mitchell scored 31, but he was minus 14. So while he was on the floor, his team was 14 points less, but worse than the Knicks. And so that's very important. That's why we look at plus minus, and that's why there's a lot more to the game than scoring. So that was key. The Knicks bench was key, of course, led by Deuce McBride, but they all played well. Yabusele, he's still feeling his way, but defensively he was good. And this is one of the things I noticed about. I looked at the game twice. I saw it live. I missed maybe the first, I think, 5 minutes, maybe less than that. First 4 minutes of the first quarter. And then I watched it all again. The thing is, when the Knicks have at least 3 defenders on the floor, they are very good. They're even better when they have 4 defenders on the floor. Now, it's hard to do because you got to keep Cat on the floor. And then you want Brunson on the floor. So those are not 2 defenders. So your starting unit last night was Brunson, Bridges, Hooporti, Towns, and Anunoby. So you had at least 3 defenders on the floor. And Brunson is not a horrible. He used to be, but he's not anymore. He's adequate now. He's not a great defender, but he's good enough for what we want. And last night, he was plus 6. Shooting the ball horrible, but he was plus 6 because he was hitting his free throws, 12 or 13 from the line. But you have 3 defenders out there with a Towns or a Brunson or Kolek. That really enhances everything. You get the most out of everybody. Speaking of Kolek, he played very well last night. 14 minutes. He got rotation minutes, 7 points. He was plus 2, and that was good. Now, the only player, they're touting that he played 11 guys. He did play 11 guys, but we always thought he was going to play 11, but not 11 guys rotation minutes. So Jemison got 8 minutes, but that's not rotation minutes, but they were important 8 minutes. But he did play 8 minutes. He was plus 3 while he was on the floor. Very important 8 minutes. Nice hustle. What you're looking for from the 5 spot on the Knicks, you're not looking for a Karl-Anthony Towns who's going to score. The other guys, you're just looking for activity, active. They got to be active on the boards, active on defense. That's what you're looking for. And in Jemison, we got that last night. And, of course, Hooporti brought that also. Hooporti was minus 4. But, again, I give him a pass because this is his first foray in the starting unit in the game. He started, I think, 1 game last year. But, opening night at the Garden, big time for the kid. And I'm glad for him because he's going to be a very important piece. He very active, played 18 minutes. He only scored 2 points but he had 5 important rebounds. He had a big block last night. So yes, I like the way Hoop Party plays. I like Jemison. They got a nice combination there. And so they both played well. Shamet I can tell Shamet was feeling happy because now he's made the team officially. Confident because he could shoot the three. He was 2 of 3 from the three last night. 3 of 3 from the free throw line. 9 points. He was -5, but I'm not worried about that. Shamet was out there with 1 defender and 3 offensive players. See, Jordan Clarkson, when you have Jordan Clarkson out there with Cat, when you have Jordan Clarkson, Cat, and let's say Tyler Kolek, or even Brunson, you're not getting a lot of stops. That's not a defensive unit. And I think that's what they had Landry Shamet out there with a lot of times. They did put him out there with some defenders at points, and he played well, but I'm not worried about his -5. He's going to be good for the Knicks. I'm glad they kept him. I knew they were going to. And so, like I said, the only question was whether they're going to keep him plus another guy like Matthews or Brogdon. But we see how that worked out. So, Deuce played 26 minutes. Again, this is what we expected coming into the season, but he shot the lights out. 4 of 6 from the 3, 3 of 4 from the line, 15 points. I don't think it's fair for us to expect that all the time. My only criticism, and I'm not criticizing Deuce, but of the situation is I would like him to get more than 7 shots, and I think he will during the course of the season. He got 7 shots last night. Now, Brunson took 18. What you expect. Bridges took 11. Anunoby took 17. Anunoby was terrific. Both ends of the floor, defensively, offensively. Only problem, of course, and I think, again, it's early season, getting used to the offense. He had 4 turnovers, the most on the team last night. But I think these things will get cleaned up. That's the exciting part about what we're seeing. We're not seeing them anywhere near a completed work. If you watch Oklahoma City's offense, that's what the Knicks want to become by the end of the season. That's what they're looking to be. Oklahoma City's offense is a clicking machine. And it's not just because they got SGA. It's just the offense in general. You get contributions from different guys because of the spacing and ball movement. The Knicks are going to get that. It's just going to take time. We were saying before the season, 15 to 30 games for them to really start clicking in this offense. And I still think that that's the case. So, very good last night. The game was won in several areas. Offensive rebounds, the Knicks got 9, and they had Cleveland had 4. The Knicks altogether had 48 boards, and Cleveland had 32. There's your ball game right there. And along with the Knicks took 36 free throws, and Cleveland took 18. Why? Because the Knicks were being more aggressive getting into the paint. Their defense was preventing Cleveland from getting into the paint, and that's the result. You get more free throws. I mean, unless the refs are just doing a terrible job, which I don't think they did last night overall. I think they did a good job. So it was just the Knicks being more aggressive. Brunson gets to the line 13 times, Cat 9, Anunoby 4. They were either Deuce got to the line 4 times, Shamet got to the line 3 times. They were really just being more aggressive getting into the paint than Cleveland. And that wasn't because Cleveland chose not to go in the paint. The Knicks were stopping them from going in the paint. I don't know how many times last night I was yelling at the TV, great defense, team, great defense, because they were playing some daggone defense last night. Brown has them playing. What they're playing is what they used to play at Syracuse. It's called a matchup zone. That's what they're playing. It's not a strong 2-3 zone, 3-1-3-1 zone, or 3-2 zone. It's a matchup zone where you switch. There's a lot of switching going on. And so when they let the switching going on, they call out the switch and they just let the guy come and they switch players. And communication is very key in a matchup zone. They played it well last night. They played it very well last night. So if you're going to play zone in the league, to me, that's the best one to do, the matchup zone. If you try that college level, you're going to get the late shot out. So that's no good. But the matchup zone, this is why I think it was MitchRob mentioned there's zone-like principles in their defense. That's a matchup zone, okay? It's not a true straight zone, but it's not all in one man-to-man either. It's more man-to-man than zone, but you still got a little zone in there. So it's brilliant, though. Mike Brown knew what he was doing. I didn't like that they gave 111 points, but you do know that Sam Merrill hit 5 threes. He would shoot the lights out. Evan Mobley hit 4 threes, and I knew Mobley's a monster. Defensive player of the year. I forgot about that last year. And now offensively, he's knocking down threes. This guy is superstar material. And then you got, of course, there was Donovan Mitchell, who didn't shoot the ball too well because he was shooting the ball well at times, but then he caught the deuce card. That's the end of that. He caught the deuce card. And great as he is, you got a problem when the deuce card is on. So that was the problem. That's why he was having a little tough. And that's what you do. A superstar like Mitchell, right? He's going to get, see, he got 31. He's going to get 31. He took 25 shots. He's going to get that. But you want to make those as difficult as possible. You want to make him make Donovan Mitchell tough shots. And that's what he was doing. He's making very difficult shots. And you want him to try to do that. Now, you don't want to do it's a one-point game and it's the fourth quarter and you need to stop. You don't want him doing it there. But during the course of a game, if the shots he's making are very difficult shots, he's not going to continue to do that for long before he starts missing a lot. So you want to get every player wants to get as many solid, open, easy shots as possible. Both feet planted, you're looking at the basket clear and you get a good shot. If you got to get it with people like Deuce draped all over you, that makes it a little bit more difficult. And Deuce ain't going nowhere. That's a constant on you, and everybody has that guy. Like Neesmith is like that. The Thompson boys, both of them are like that, so you want somebody that's going to be on you constantly, never letting up. That's why. Now, speaking of that, I like the way Kolek handled himself against the pressure yesterday. They had some guys on him. They had Ball on him. Dean Wade guarded him. Sam Merrill guarded him. Tyson, this Jalen Tyson they got. He's a tough cat. He's a tough defender, man. He's another Okoro type guy. They got to replace Okoro. So you got him. And then we knew Tyrese Proctor coming out of North Carolina, he was going to be pretty good. Drafted in the second round. I liked him. They got him. So they were putting some cats on Tyler Kolek. Tyler Kolek, he handled it. He handled it. That's a test. To me, he passed that test. Like I said, the boy's a survivor. You give it to him, he passed that test. He was +2. He was moving the ball well. And like I say, we compare him to T.J. McConnell. Now, T.J. McConnell, when he's got the basketball, he's a point guard too. But he's looking for his shooting spots. Kolek is looking for his passing. He's looking to set up a passing angle. That's the difference in their game. He's not looking to shoot first. He's looking to pass first, and he's very good at it. He threw some very nice passes, and he threw some very nice hockey assists. What was good about Kolek last night, again, what I noticed, they had Kolek out there most of the time. Sometimes not, but most of his 14 minutes, he was with 4 defenders. He was out there with 4 defenders. When you have him out there with 4 defenders, or Brunson, they're going to do very well. And so when you have the 4 defenders, that was the key. One time, he had Deuce. He had Deuce out there with OG, Mikal Bridges, Shamet, and I want to say Yabusele. He had 5 dudes, no true center, and they outscored Cleveland because they were getting stops. They had 5 defenders out there, and they were getting stops, man. So this is going to be important going forward. I don't know how Brown is going to fit these guys in terms of he's going to play 10 rotation guys, but you're getting MitchRob back. I don't think Josh is coming back like by Friday. I'd be surprised. So I'm not worried about him yet. But when MitchRob comes back, probably Jemison is going to be the odd man out because you're going to have Mitch Robinson. You're going to have Hoop Porty. So, and that's going to be dynamite. That really is. So you're going to have those 2 Hoop Porty on the second unit with them cats is going to be rough. Shamet and Clarkson are going to get better and better as they get more comfortable during the season. Y'all going to be very happy with these 2 cats. Now, Muhammad Diawara didn't get in last night. Now, I don't know what the deal is, but again, he can't play everybody, right? I'm not surprised Daddy was DNP. You're going to see a lot of DNP CDs from Daddy. But he still needs development. He's going to be in the G League. Muhammad Diawara going to be in the G League too, but I'm still thinking he's going to press for some minutes. I'm still looking at that. So we'll see how this works out. But for now, We got some good problems. Too many good players. Offense not even clicking yet, and they still scoring. And the defense is already tight. They're ready to go. So, what Biggie say? They blowing up like we thought they would. They blowing up like we thought they would. We thought the Knicks would top in the East, and here we are. See, and I told you I wasn't worried about Cleveland. I'm still not. So we're gonna see when Darius. I would like to see them play Cleveland with Darius Garland, Max Strus, and Hunter with their full contingent. I want to, and when we have our full contingent, I would like to go at them like that and see how this works out. But the Knicks were tremendous. Karl Anthony Towns was not 100% last night. Apparently, he did have a thigh bruise, a serious thigh bruise, but he played very well. You know, he got some stupid fouls, 4 fouls, but he played very well. We got to accept, you know, like we used to accept Juju. He was the child, the problem child. We knew he was going to do some stupid things. We have to live with that because he gives us the results we want right at the end of the day. That's Karl Anthony Towns. You know, last night he was 19 and 11, 31 minutes he played. He wasn't 100%. And he was tight. He was good, man. And there was a technical foul. Deuce was out there, Brunson was out there, and Towns was out there. And I thought I said, man, Brunson gonna run to that foul line shoot. I said, let Deuce shoot that foul shot. But it was Towns. And I was like, damn, we got all kind of shooters that ain't gonna miss no foul shots. This is good. So Brunson is not even in the flow yet in terms of his shooting rhythm. It's going to come. And when it does, it's going to be something else. The Roadrunner is already, he's ready. The Roadrunner was going to thrive in this motion offense. We already knew that. He got that John Havlicek gene. So we knew he was going to thrive in that motion offense. And he did. Very efficient. 16 points, 6 assists, 5 boards, 3 steals, 2 blocks. The Roadrunner. Forget them 5 picks, y'all. Stop mentioning them stupid ass 5 picks. We got the Roadrunner. We good. We good. This is the piece we was missing right here. So here we go. Here we go. Celtics on Friday. Celtics got beat by the Sixers yesterday. And Embiid played, but he wasn't no factor. It was Maxey and VJ Edgecombe and Grimes that were the factor. And we thought them 3 were going to make a dynamic trio, you know, and they still got McShane. Let's not even forget that. They still got McShane. They got their guard heavy. And if that coach is smart, he better run 3 guards all the time because they can ball. And yeah, let me just see what the box score is for that one. But Celtics lost to Sixers. And I don't care what they saying. Tatum might come back, might no. Tatum ain't coming back, and they in trouble. Okay, you're gonna see what Missoula got now because he's gonna have to coach. They really don't have. When they lost Al Horford, forget Kristaps. He was gonna be part-time anyway. But when they lost Al Horford, they lost the only real true 5 they had because they got a couple of dudes playing the 5 that's kind of journeyman-like, you know. So yeah, this is gonna be a tough year for the Celtics. Yeah, Brown is all that, but he ain't all that without Tatum. And last night, Edgecombe dropped 34, Maxey dropped 40, Grimes had 10, but he was plus 18. And he had 5 turnovers. So he ain't play his best offensive game, but defensively plus 18. And where's this dude McShane? He ain't played yet. So they gonna be good, man. They gonna be good. What's his name? Embiid played 20 minutes. He was minus 16. Like I said, they need to trade him. And they still beat the Celtics. So any game, anybody can beat anybody in the league, right? So we can't take it for granted. But I'm expecting the Knicks to play very well tomorrow night. That's what I'm saying. And we might get MitchRob. I think we're going to get MitchRob tomorrow. Probably not Josh, but MitchRob. Yeah, I think we're going to be all right. So anytime, I forgot which brother was it, one of my subscribers, tell me if it was you, but he said, when the Knicks win, well, I know Marbury said, but it's true. When the Knicks win, the food tastes better. Y'all enjoy this win. Enjoy your Thursday. Shalom.